Welcome to Game On, I'm Dan Marshall. Nanaimo was home to 3 members of the BC Junior Women's Curling Championship team. They're sisters, Kessa, Kalia, and Marika Van Osch, and we're going to get to know a lot more about them on today's show.
They came to curling actually quite randomly. Like it was just kind of literally like a chance encounter.
I got into curling kind of, I guess I'd call myself a bit of a tag-along. I came to the rink to watch my sister and brother curl. When I was about 12, I came out on the ice and I tried it, and I got to play in the bonds field with my sister, and I enjoyed it so much that we've kind of just tagged along with it over the years. I had always been behind the glass, kind of watching and really eager to get on the ice, but at the time we weren't allowed to curl till we were 10. And I was only 9, but I badgered the manager enough that she told me if I could get the rock down the ice, that I was allowed to play. So I promptly got out there and threw it all the way through the house.
We have never asked them to curl. We have never forced them to curl. They curl because they desire to curl, and it's just an important part of what they are.
The 3 girls won the BC Championship at the end of December, and they're spending this month getting ready for a trip to Ontario for the Nationals.
I think I was mostly stunned. It didn't really settle in that we had won, because we're out on the ice, you shake hands with the opposition, and then you come off the ice. And I think it was there when we saw family and friends. When it really did sink in, it just became that, wow, this is such amazing that we've actually finally got here, and especially it's amazing because it's Kessa's last year.
For winning the junior provincials, we are just so excited. We can't wait to go to nationals and represent BC and Nanaimo out in Napanee, Ontario.
We've got family out there. It's the first time curling outside the province, so it's a busy time. It's going to be a busy month, but it's very exciting to be representing BC. Get it in, guys! Get it in!
The 3 girls and Brooklyn have worked so hard and have really committed themselves to it. I'm really just happy for them to see that they've been successful and just have been rewarded for their efforts.
A lot of families can not necessarily get to do everything with their parents and their siblings, but I spent basically my whole life with them, and it's really nice that we get to spend even more time together.
It is very special that my 3 daughters can work together to accomplish a common goal as a team.
We don't carry any problems we have off the ice onto the ice.
People see that families fight, or it's hard to compete together, so it gives us an opportunity to show everybody that you can compete as a family. We all look out for each other, we all take care of each other. We're all slightly different, but we all mix really, really well.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. Can't wait to compete with them. I think it'll be something very, very special that many other teams won't ever get to experience.
They're really, really enjoying it, and I've been very impressed with how they've handled themselves. They're focused and they know what their goal is, and it's going to be a tough week and a half in Ontario for them.
Okay.
The sisters are a great team on the ice. Now we want to get to know them more off the ice. So we got their dad Ed involved, and now Kessa, Kalia, and Marika will play our little game called the Sisterhood of the Traveling Brooms. We'll ask the 3 girls and Dad 5 questions. Whoever matches up the best and the closest to Dad is our winner on this game show. Question number 1. We all know that sweeping is an integral part of curling. However, around the house, who's more likely to help out with the household chores?
I chose myself. I chose Kessa. I chose Clea.
And I chose Kalia.
It looks like Marika's on pace with Dad. She's the only one to answer correctly in round number 1, so Marika is in the lead. If something around the house was broken and nobody would fess up to breaking it, who would most likely get the blame among your daughters?
Clea again. Myself. Clea.
All right, Dad.
And Kalia, because she has a history.
We won't get into the history of what exactly the background is on Kalia being chosen as the one most likely to be blamed, but everybody got question 2 right. If these 3 sisters weren't curling stars, what other job, sport, or activity would they excel in?
Singing. Skiing.
And Kessa, finally?
Cycling.
All right, Dad.
I have a terrible answer, but I said baseball.
I'm ready to throw a baseball.
All sporting answers from the family, but nobody could get on the same page with Dad. Everybody goes over in round 3. On the ice, Kessa's the boss, but when they're at home together, which one of these three girls is the boss?
I chose myself. Definitely Kessa. Very definitely Kessa.
And Ed?
Not a surprise, Kessa.
Who's the boss? Well, it's not Tony Danza. In this case, it's Kessa, and all three of the girls agreed with Dad. When the sisters are celebrating a big shot, which one has the most over-the-top reaction?
I said Clea.
Kalia, who's the most likely to jump up and down?
I said Kessa.
Kessa, who is it?
I chose Clea.
All right, Ed, you are the only one that can give us the real answer.
I would say Kessa. We already talked about she's kind of the boss, but she's also very emotional, right? So I just think that's a natural extension of just her character, right? Just it's over the top.
To tie the score with her sister Marika after round 5, Kalia, the only one that got our last question right, so we have a perfect tie. The Van Osch sisters had a great 2011, culminating in a BC Junior Women's Championship. In February, they're heading to Nationals in Ontario, so for 2012, the sky's the limit. For Game On Shaw TV, I'm Dan Marshall.